Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, August 1st, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. First up, not an update, basically Google's Penguin update. What's going on? It's been 10 months. I think it's actually been about, I think it's 300 days today since the last time Google has actually updated the Penguin algorithm. The last time it was updated was on October 4th. And that was Penguin 2.1. This is the longest we've actually gone without an update. Before that, the longest we've gone was between Penguin 2.0 and 2.1, which is 7.5 months. We've never gotten this far. Typically, it's like 4.5 months, a month, but now it's been going over for 10 months now. Obviously, Matt Cutts is on vacation, but we wouldn't assume that Google wouldn't be updating the search results, especially Penguin with Matt Cutts away. He made it clear that they would. But what's taking them so long? And the major issue is there are a lot of sites that have been hit by this and they can't get out. They can't recover until Google refreshes the algorithm. Either they can refresh it, rewrite the algorithm, do something else, but a lot of these sites that have been working hard to get out of the penalty cannot do anything. They're just sitting and waiting for the algorithm to update, so I think it's a little bit unfair. Talking about updates, Google, like I said last week, released the Pigeon update, which we named it called Pigeon. It was a major update to the local search algorithm. That's the Pigeon logo I helped make. Anyway, there was definitely some type of reaction. It was fairly large. We saw Mozcast report different factors that were actually jumping all over the place, and we definitely saw a lot of people notice that the search results were changed. It seems that Google also updated the Pigeon update yesterday or last night. So there was definitely people talking about in the Webmaster world about an update going on. And if you look at my original story, this was after Pigeon 1.0. This is what the search results look for ice cream. So you see these two Ben & Jerry's and you see Van Dyke's in the organic. And if you scroll up, you see Carvel and this Cold Stone Creamery result after the fact. Now also, if you look at something that I posted on Search Land, we had New York hotels, we had Expedia and the Wayman House show up. But now we don't have those results. We have the Herald House, New York Hilton, Sheraton. The Wayman House is over here now, so long in the first result. The Marriott's in the same position, but Expedia's gone, and Wayman House has been moved over. So you can see the actual search results have changed, and people have been asking if it was there a rollback or was there something else going on around the Pigeon update. I'm not sure. I did email Google for an update to see what's going on. Was there a Google update yesterday on July 30th, not June 30th. Anyway, was there an update around then? Maybe. I definitely see some patterns regarding the chatter in the forums. Obviously the summer times where chatter is a little bit lower, but there's definitely a lot of chatter asking that, specifically in the UK region. We definitely see Mozcast showing an update. We also see SERPs.com showing an update, as well as some patterns going on with SERP metrics. So we definitely see something going on around that. So we're asking, was there a Google update on July 30th, July 31st time frame? Interesting, another Google Sandbox 2.0 thing, which actually made its way to the mainstream Webmaster World forums. People talking about that. I'm not sure, again, Google has not confirmed anything around the Sandbox 2.0, but it's definitely a lot of chatter going on about it. Google's Webmaster Trends Analyst, I can't pronounce the name, sorry, Zim? I don't know. Anyway, she said, if you move a site, there will be no negative impact on the website's visibility in the long term. The keyword here is long term, and the keyword is if you do it right. And Google has said this before. This is actually really the first time concrete, something there will be no negative impact. Again, you have to do it right, and most people don't, but that's another topic. Bing has launched or approved their Bing site safety reporting, so now it includes the total number of URLs detected as malicious. It also includes the types of malwares found, the last date of suspicious activity, when the site was last scanned, and the warning trigger rate over coverage. And here's a little screenshot of it. So Bing is trying to make their search results much more safe. Bing also has revamped or is revamping the Bing Ads interface. So we covered this the other day. They are adding a couple new features: auto tagging, online insertion orders, and a new performance indicator tool. showing you top movers and stuff like that. And there's also a much improved UI. So here's the old user interface, and here is the new one with a lot more graphical interfaces and a lot cleaner look in the new Bing Ads interface. Google AdWords is now getting product ratings specifically around Google product listing ads, Google Shopping. So you can see the ratings are in here, and they're actually being pulled either from Google directly or from third-party aggregators. Google My Business listings can now be automatically verified if you have a login with Google Webmaster Tools with the same URL in your Google Business profile. So if rustyburke.com is in Google Webmaster Tools verified under my Google account, and I log into Google My Business, it would automatically be verified if this URL is the same and I have the same login with Google. That's what Jay Wang announced last night in the Google Webmaster Forums, or Google Business Forums. So we were tracking this thing. I didn't talk about it before, but basically last Thursday we talked about how, or I reported how there was huge spikes in traffic, direct traffic reported in Google Analytics. And we were thinking it had to do with IE because all the traffic looked like it was coming from IE, Internet Explorer, but it wasn't. It was actually coming because of an invalid traffic spike of suspicious activity through AdRoll. AdRoll is obviously a retargeting advertising solution, and AdRoll actually confirmed it was an issue. They're going to be crediting all the advertisers who had issues with it. And we definitely, saw a major issue with it. So if you did see a lot of traffic from a suspicious place through direct traffic, it might have been AdRoll if you're using it, and you should definitely take a look at that and ask for your credits. They will automatically credit you, but you might want to look into that to make sure you're getting the valid amount of credits. Right after that, Google Analytics actually launched a setting directly in their settings area for the report view to, right over here you see it, exclude all hits known from bots and spiders. So if you had that checked, you probably wouldn't notice this direct traffic from happening. So keep in mind, you might not want to check that off. You might want to make a separate profile excluding it specifically in that profile as opposed to excluding it from all your reports. So you hear this all the time. This is about, remember we talked about the Swiss Army knife, Google showing answers, scraping it from your site and showing it to them, and Google and making the searcher not have to click over to your site. So Google's taking your content, showing it to the user. The user's not going to click onto your site. You get no benefit from it outside of just giving the user the answer. So this actually hit me big time when I did a search for signs of appendicitis in children, and up came this. Let me just shrink it a little bit. So this is what I saw on my mobile device. The web, the answer, no link to the site, and then maybe I saw a snippet of the search result below that I could click on. So again, I didn't have to actually go to any search result, it just was there, which is interesting, and it's just a major sign of what's coming up. I mean, Google's giving answers, where's your traffic going to go? And we discussed this time and time again, so I figured I'd bring it up quickly. But a cool thing regarding quick answers is that Google is actually showing quick answers for what's called brachas. And those are basically Jewish blessings. Before you eat something or consume something or drink something, you say a blessing. And you can look it up. Like basically, most of these things are pretty obvious for Jews who are observant and been doing this their whole life. But sometimes it gets confusing about what blessing do you make on raisins? What blessing do you make on radishes? And so forth. So if you do that search in Google, up comes a snippet, a quick answer. It's actually coming from the Jewish virtual library, but this quick answer is, all right, the food is raisin. The first bracha is ha'aretz. Ha'etz, I'm sorry, and the next bracha, after bracha, is ha'etz. And there's before and after brachas that you have to say. Again, food, radishes, it's ha'adama, and then you say a borei nefashos after you eat it. Before you eat it, you say ha'adama, and after you say borei nefashos. Yogurt, the same thing. Before you say shahakol, and after you say borei nefashot. But it doesn't work for everything. Like you do a search for a bracha for a salami, nothing comes up. But it's very interesting to see Google's actually providing quick answers specifically for Jewish blessings. Also, regarding Google Knowledge Graph timeline, we have this new thing that Florian actually picked up on. Google's testing a timeline thing. So you search on Google, and if you mouse over things, like Google, it would show you a timeline information of that information. You mouse over here, it shows you Larry Page. And it's pretty cool. It actually shows you the different timelines. There's a video on this blog post if you want to take a look at it. It's something that Google's specifically testing right now. And finally, sorry I went so long. I talked as fast as I can. I got a lot of content in there. It's only 10 minutes. Google has launched a search tool to filter private content. I haven't seen this before, but I'm a Google app, so I can't really see it. But you can go to click on search tools, you'll see a link to private, and then you can actually search stuff that was shared specifically with you. Obviously, this is a very useful search feature that you can actually use to find content that you wouldn't be able to find otherwise, specifically in Google Plus and other areas. So definitely take a look at that and see how you can actually use that to find things in your Google Plus area. Anyway, that pretty much covers the Search Buzz video recap. Again, today is Friday, August 1st, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. Again, my name is Barry Schwartz. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.